What happens when the planet of spirituality, illusion, disillusion, collective consciousness enters into the sign of the warrior? On March 30th, 2025, that's going to happen. Neptune is going into the sign of Aries after 14 years of Neptune being in Pisces. And my last video, if you missed it, I talked about that. Go watch it if you missed it. But let's talk in this video about Neptune entering Aries for the next 14 years and how the last time that happened was in the 1860s. And just like before, a battle for the soul of this nation is beginning. Now, this isn't a war fought with muskets or bayonets like before. This is a war for sovereignty of the individual, the worker, and the mind. But let's rewind a bit. Let's look back at the last time Neptune was in Aries. It was 1861 to 1875. We had the U.S. Civil War, we had the Emancipation Proclamation. The question of slavery versus freedom defined this era. And while on the surface the battle seemed like a physical one, well, there was also a very spiritual element there. Would the soul of this nation align with domination or liberation? Now fast forward to 2025 and the battlefield looks a little bit different, but the questions remain the same. Today we face modern slavery, but in new forms. We have undocumented immigrants, as they're called, doing back-breaking labor for pennies. And we have white-collar H-1B visa workers who are trapped in contracts with no voice. And American consumers, we're buying up goods made from Chinese factory workers. Might be cheap goods, but these poor people, they're under constant surveillance and control. And at the same time, Americans are watching all of this happen while our jobs vanish. Not just to global outsourcing, but now to AI and automation. Because, let's face it, robots, they don't need healthcare, they don't form unions, they don't rest. So then what happens to the average person? It's an economic war, and now you're the battlefield. Neptune and Aries will blur the line between self and the system, between sacrifice and sovereignty. You'll be told that it's progress, that you're being freed by this technology. But will you actually be more free, or are you going to become more dependent? Choose your side, because the war has begun. And it's not just a war for the soul of the nation, it's for yours. Neptune, though, it also brings vision. This isn't just a time of breakdown. It's the seedbed for new systems, new identities, new soul missions. It's the spark that ignites newfound passion for things like ethically sourced goods, conscious consumerism, and the concept of sacred service to self and others. I think this era is going to redefine what it means to initiate, to protect, and to provide without exploiting others. We have the opportunity to see the rise of men, particularly with Aries representing the masculine. We have the opportunity to see the rise of men who are empowered and empowering others. And we'll begin to see a shift, especially in how men start showing up in families, particularly with the last half of this year, Jupiter going into Cancer. These energies are going to amplify the call for men to restore their families and support systems with emotional and relational intelligence. The system, I think it has wanted us hypnotized and passive over the last 14 years of Neptune in Pisces, especially when it comes to our own personal power and our ability to empower others. But I believe Neptune in Aries is here to awaken that warrior from within. Yes, there's free will with this and how we want to respond to it, and some will respond with self-delusion, I'm sorry to say. But if you want to know more about how you can leverage this energy over the next decade and a half to claim your sovereignty more and walk in it more and help others do the same, make sure that you're following me for more updates on this energy.